Yes, Tiffany, you want to share some
Yes.
additional?
I also believe that as you come to school and you're challenged in college, like as the years go on, you'll tend to learn yourself, and during the process, things may not always be easy. You're gonna go through different things. You're gonna feel like you're alone at times, but as the years go on and you study and you have your mind focused on a goal, everything will all tend to work out. I believe like at times you're gonna feel like giving up, but if you know that you have a goal and you have your mind set on that, and sometimes you have to always remember like where you came from. And when you know you came from nothing, it makes you want to become greater in life.
Right. And that's so important.
Yes,
Like you
it
said,
is.
you look back and you realize, well, you know, here I was at this point, and really I didn't have as much as I wanted or felt I needed. But then as I look at my goal and my dream and I see so many things there, then that gives the inspiration to hold on, to hold out, to continue on. And a lot of times that's where we begin to get that drive and that motivation. And then I also, like you said, Jamila, realizing that you want to leave your mark or set a mark, because you often look at, you know, what is my purpose? You know, some of those are the questions that begin to confront you, because you're away from home and you begin to, you know, wonder to yourself, you know, what is my purpose? But then you realize I'm going to set a mark. I'm going to be, you know, to establish some leadership here. And that begins you purpose, begins to take it off of self and then look at how you can help as you reach out to others. Now, I know in the, when we were sitting in the studio, I was talking to Tiffany a little bit about how you're going about getting ready for graduate school. And you were telling me about a binder that you had. And you want to explain that a little bit to the viewing audience?
Okay. Basically, right now I have a binder. I want to become a clinical psychologist, so I looked online for accredited clinical psychology programs, and I have organized it in the place where I highlight the states that I would prefer to live in, and I use another highlighted color to highlight the top schools for my program. And I've placed all these things in a binder so that way I can organize it according to their GPA requirements, their GRE requirements, how much they pay in stipends, and their tuition assistance and research assistant programs, their fellowships. So I'm basically using that binder to organize all of my paperwork so that way I can narrow down the schools, and later down the line when it gets closer to the deadline in December, I can have like a certain top 10 schools or 15 schools instead of it being 100. So I'm planning ahead.
That's good. That's very good. I like that approach. Getting a binder, getting your markers out, highlighting, you know, what it is, the requirements, all of that is part of organizing for your future. A lot of times you look at the end result, but you don't realize these are all the steps that begin to help you get to that end point. Yep. Isn't that not right?
Yeah. It's, I mean, you know, to me, I just think that sometimes people take for granted, well, children, they just went to college and that's it. But I mean, the impact that you're leaving, and you talked about leaving like a legacy at Delaware State, you're doing that in the city of Wilmington. Make no mistake about that, and Newcastle County, because you have made up your mind, you want to go to college and be something. And that's so important today. If you don't have a dream, nobody's going to dream for you. And so they can't take it away from you. You have the dream, you're getting your education, and you guys are doing very well academically in school. And you know, and I think what happens is how you conduct the way you carry yourselves in the public, because that's what people look at. And when you go for anything, they're going to judge you on your character. And that's so important. And I mean, I don't know of anyone that wouldn't give you a full scholarship to get your degree in psychology as a clinical psychologist. The same with you, Jamila. I mean, it just stands out. I mean, you want to do. And I know you want to talk about this Miss Delaware pageant. And, you know, again, I know you're low-key about it, but I know that we in the city of Wilmington and Newark and Newcastle County are so proud that how you represented the state of Delaware. And I know that was a long, hard task what you had to do. And maybe you could just explain to us about that. procedure.
Thank you. Well, first, congratulations, Tiffany. That is big.
Oh,
And
yes,
second, thank
yes.
thank you guys, because to the audience, they know that I competed. They know I did an excellent job, but they don't know, you know, what it is that I had to go through. And I remember calling Miss, both of you guys, and I want the audience and everyone to know that I literally would not have been able to walk across that stage if it was not for your help and your donations and your support. So I really want to say thank you. My family appreciates it, and you know, I know. You know, it's very rare when someone says, if you need anything, I'll be here, and they mean it. Yes. And it hasn't been one time that I've asked you guys for something, or my family, and you guys have not been able to provide it. And so that's a reason why I work hard as well. Like Tiffany said, you know, when you don't come from anything, but when you have people who invest so much in you, it means the world to you when one day you can give to them. So I want to let you know that I work hard so that I can give to you guys.
Same for me.
So, but Miss Delaware, that was one of the best experiences of my life. You know, going in there, I was so confident. I said, oh, I got this in the bag. And then when I met these contestants, you know, I said, this is what they live for. You know, this is one of my talents, one of my goals. You know, I've always been one to try something.
Yes.
You know, I've never tried to deny a gift or something that I thought, but you know, these girls live for it. And actually my roommate, Rebecca Jackson, she won, and she was an excellent person, a beautiful soul. And I went there, and on the first night I won the Spirit Award, which is given to the girl who they see the potential in, you know, who step up and they take leadership, not only within the group, but within the different appearances that we did. So I was extremely excited to win that award, and then we began to compete. I placed top 10. I was called second in that listing, and I was right after Brittany, who placed top 5. I won Miss Congeniality, which is a humongous award, as well as a scholarship that is given to one girl who is selected out of the group, who they see not only has the spirit, the energy, who's genuine, but also who they see a humongous future in. And so during that time, you know, it was out of 23 contestants, it was the largest group of girls. So 13 girls didn't even get a chance to be selected. So, you know, and even the board was so beautiful. And they write me on Facebook all the time, even the former Miss Delaware, Alyssa, even the current one, Rebecca, and they say, Jamila, you must do it this year. This is your year. You have it this year. And so, but, you know, like I said, each year you're in a different place. You're doing a different thing. And so I have a lot of goals this year with Delaware State that I plan on doing and that I plan on achieving. But Miss Delaware was definitely something that, you know, was life-changing, and I will continue with that. If I do not do Miss Delaware this year, I will probably do it next year, because one day I will become Miss Delaware. And we actually had the Essence, where I was not only asked to be the judge, but to be the head judge, and I was the youngest one. We had MTV there who covered Essence. So this year, Essence was excellent, and I was the former Essence queen. I was their first and only teen Essence from the state of Delaware, and I represented, and you know, it makes me so happy. So yes, the Miss Delaware experience was excellent. The Miss Essence reunion and the next one was excellent. So yes.
Oh, that's great.
And just to think, she does these things, and also she's able to maintain her academics.
Yes.
So it shows, once you put in that effort and that time and that commitment, that you can balance the academics along with, like you said, reaching out, because academics is important and key, but you also have to get an opportunity to go out and show your other attributes, because there are many attributes that go into that final career focus and that job that you get in the end. Many things that the employer is looking for. And so showing that you can be in school and be actively involved in other organizations, and that you take the leadership position in these organizations is also, you know, very important.